Hello everyone, welcome back to Worth Old Coins. Before you spend another old penny, stop right now. What if a simple 1940s Lincoln Wheat penny hiding in your pocket, coin jar, or family collection could be worth thousands, or even an extraordinary fortune if it's a rare variety or exceptional example? In today's video, we're revealing 6 incredible 1940s Lincoln Wheat pennies that every collector should know about. You'll learn what makes these coins special, the key features to look for, and why some examples have become highly sought-after treasures. Watch until the very end. You might discover that your next hidden treasure has been sitting in front of you all along. First up, the 1940 Lincoln Wheat penny without a mint mark is one of those coins that many people have handled without ever realizing its fascinating story. Struck at the Philadelphia Mint, this small bronze cent was produced during a time when the United States was recovering from the Great Depression and preparing for the challenges of the Second World War. Millions of these pennies entered circulation and became part of everyday life, passing from one pocket to another as Americans bought groceries, mailed letters, and paid for everyday necessities. Today, finding one in almost circulated fine condition with natural brown color, noticeable scratches, circulation lines, and honest wear may not seem extraordinary at first glance, yet every surviving example carries a unique history that collectors appreciate. The coin is composed of 95% copper, with the remaining 5% made up of tin and zinc. It weighs approximately 3.11 grams, has a diameter of 19.05 millimeters, and a thickness of about 1.52 millimeters. These familiar specifications remained standard for Lincoln Wheat cents of the era. On the obverse is Victor David Brenner's famous portrait of Abraham Lincoln, introduced in 1909 to honor the 100th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. The reverse displays 2 elegant wheat ears framing the inscriptions 1 cent and United States of America, a design that became one of the most recognizable images in American coin collecting. A 1940 Philadelphia cent can often be identified by the absence of a mint mark beneath the date. Because Philadelphia did not use a mint mark on Lincoln cents during this period, collectors simply refer to these pieces as no mint mark coins. Although many were struck, condition is everything. An almost circulated example with natural brown surfaces, visible contact marks, and circulation scratches tells the story of decades spent in commerce. Instead of seeing these imperfections as flaws alone, experienced collectors often view them as evidence of a coin's authentic journey through American history. Collectors closely inspect the strike quality of a 1940 Lincoln Wheat penny. Strong details in Lincoln's hair, the lettering, and the wheat ears are all desirable. Even circulated coins can display attractive detail if they avoided excessive wear. Natural brown color is also important because it suggests the coin has aged, honestly, without harsh cleaning or artificial treatment. Cleaning a copper coin can significantly reduce its collector appeal, making original surfaces much more desirable in the numismatic market. Many people assume every old penny is valuable simply because of its age, but rarity depends on much more than the date alone. The most valuable 1940 Lincoln Wheat pennies are usually those with dramatic mint errors, exceptionally high mint state grades, or outstanding eye appeal. Examples with doubled dies, off-center strikes, broad strikes, or other significant minting mistakes can attract considerable attention from collectors. Likewise, coins certified by professional grading services at the highest mint state levels may bring impressive prices when demand is strong. Ordinary circulated examples generally sell for much more modest amounts. Collector demand for Lincoln Wheat pennies has remained remarkably strong for decades. Many hobbyists attempt to complete entire date and mint collections, while others search for attractive examples with original color and pleasing surfaces. Because the Lincoln Wheat series is one of the most popular in American numismatics, even common dates continue to enjoy steady interest. This demand encourages collectors to examine pocket change, inherited coin jars, and old family collections, hoping to uncover a hidden treasure that others overlooked. Stories occasionally emerge about remarkable discoveries in forgotten piggy banks, estate collections, and antique boxes tucked away in attics. While such finds are uncommon, they remind collectors that valuable coins can remain unnoticed for years. Before assuming a 1940 Lincoln Wheat penny is ordinary, It is worth checking for unusual characteristics such as doubled lettering, repunched details, striking errors, or unusually sharp preservation. These factors can dramatically influence desirability and value. Some online sources may advertise extraordinary values, such as $179,000 for a 1940 Lincoln wheat penny. In reality, prices at that level would generally require an exceptional combination of rarity, a major mint error, or an elite certified grade with outstanding eye appeal. For the average circulated example, market values are far lower. Anyone who believes they have an unusual specimen should have it authenticated and graded by a reputable third-party grading service before making assumptions about its worth. If you own a 1940 Lincoln wheat penny, avoid polishing or cleaning it. Store it in a protective holder away from moisture, fingerprints, and extreme temperature changes. Good preservation helps maintain both historical integrity and collector interest. Compare the coin carefully with reliable reference guides, paying close attention to strike quality, color, and any unusual features that could distinguish it from ordinary examples. What makes this humble 1-cent coin so fascinating is not just its age, but the possibility that an overlooked detail could transform it from everyday pocket change into a highly desirable collectible. Millions of people have unknowingly spent old wheat pennies over the years, never realizing that some rare varieties and exceptional examples have become prized treasures in the numismatic world. Every 1940 Lincoln wheat penny deserves a careful second look because history, rarity, and collector demand can sometimes hide in the smallest coin. Next up, the 1941 Lincoln wheat penny without a mint mark is a fascinating reminder of American history, produced during a period when the nation stood on the edge of dramatic change. Struck at the Philadelphia Mint, this small 1-cent coin entered circulation just months before the United States became involved in World War II. It passed through the hands of workers, farmers, students, shopkeepers, and families across the country, becoming part of everyday commerce. Today, finding a 1941 wheat penny in almost circulated very fine condition with natural green toning, black shading, visible circulation scratches, and honest wear tells a story that stretches back more than 8 decades. Like other Lincoln wheat pennies of the period, the 1941 issue is composed of 95% copper with the remaining 5% consisting of tin and zinc. The coin weighs approximately 3.11 grams, measures 19.05 millimeters in diameter, and has a thickness of about 1.52 millimeters. These standard specifications remained unchanged for bronze Lincoln cents before the temporary steel cent was introduced in 1943. Despite its small size, the coin has become one of the most recognized and widely collected pieces in American numismatics. The obverse features the famous portrait of Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner. Lincoln's image was first introduced in 1909 to celebrate the centennial of his birth, making it the first regularly circulating United States coin to feature a real historical figure. The reverse displays 2 wheat stalks surrounding the inscriptions 1 cent and United States of America. This classic wheat reverse remained in production until 1958 and continues to be one of the most beloved coin designs ever created by the United States Mint. One important detail collectors notice immediately is the absence of a mint mark. A 1941 Lincoln wheat penny without a mint mark was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, while coins from Denver and San Francisco display D and S mint marks. Although Philadelphia produced millions of these cents, collector interest remains strong because the series is one of the most popular in American coin collecting. An almost circulated example with green toning, black shading, light scratches, and natural wear can still be attractive to collectors if its surfaces remain original. Copper coins naturally change color over decades as they react with the environment. Green highlights and darker brown or black areas often develop over time, creating a distinctive appearance. Collectors generally prefer original surfaces that have not been polished or chemically cleaned, since cleaning frequently reduces both historical appeal and collector value. When evaluating a 1941 wheat penny, experienced collectors carefully examine Lincoln's hair, the cheek, the jawline, the lettering, and the wheat ears on the reverse. Strong detail in these areas indicates less circulation wear. They also inspect the coin for unusual minting errors, including doubled dies, off-center strikes, die cracks, clipped planchets, or other production mistakes. These rare varieties are significantly more desirable than ordinary examples and may command substantial premiums. Although millions of 1,941 Lincoln wheat pennies survive today, truly exceptional examples remain surprisingly difficult to locate. Coins with outstanding original color, remarkably sharp strikes, and certified high mint state grades are especially prized by advanced collectors. Major mint errors are even scarcer, and competitive bidding among collectors can drive their values much higher than those of standard circulated coins. Collector demand for Lincoln wheat. Pennies has remained consistently strong because the series offers both historical importance and the excitement of discovering hidden varieties. Many collectors attempt to assemble complete date and mint collections, while others specialize in toned copper coins or dramatic mint errors. Because of this continuing demand, every old wheat penny deserves careful examination before it is spent or discarded. Many people unknowingly keep old wheat pennies in jars, desk drawers, inherited collections, or forgotten boxes without realizing they could contain collectible pieces. While most circulated 1,941 cents are worth modest amounts, exceptional examples with rare characteristics can attract serious attention from collectors. This is why knowledgeable hobbyists always inspect older copper cents closely before deciding their value. Some online articles and social media posts mention prices as high as $150,000 for a 1,941 Lincoln wheat penny. Such figures generally apply only to extraordinary coins with major mint errors, exceptional certified grades, or other highly unusual characteristics. A normal circulated coin with ordinary wear does not reach those values. Professional authentication and grading are essential before assigning a significant market price to any rare-looking example. If you discover a 1,941 Lincoln wheat penny, handle it only by the edges and avoid cleaning it. Store it in a protective coin holder where it will be safe from moisture, fingerprints, and further damage. Compare it carefully with reliable references to identify any unusual varieties or striking characteristics. Even a small detail that appears insignificant at first glance could make a substantial difference in collector interest. The 1,941 Lincoln wheat penny remains a remarkable piece of American history because it connects modern collectors with an important era while offering the thrill of the hunt for something truly special. Every year, valuable coins are overlooked, spent, or forgotten simply because people never take a closer look. Whether your coin becomes a modest collectible or proves to be an exceptional rarity, every 1,941 wheat penny deserves careful examination before it disappears back into circulation. Next up, the 1,942 Lincoln wheat penny without a mint mark is more than just an old 1-cent coin. It represents an important chapter in American history, produced during the early years of World War II when the United States was rapidly expanding its industrial and military strength. Every penny minted during this period played a role in the nation's economy, changing hands countless times as Americans purchased food, transportation, and everyday necessities. Today, finding a 1,942 Philadelphia Lincoln wheat penny in fine to good condition with natural circulation wear, visible scratches, circulation lines, green toning, and small reddish color remaining on parts of the reverse makes it an interesting collectible with a story that spans more than 80 years. This coin was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, which is identified by the absence of a mint mark below the date. The Philadelphia Mint produced hundreds of millions of Lincoln cents in 1,942, making the issue common in comparison to some other dates. Even so, collectors continue searching for attractive examples because the Lincoln Wheat series remains one of the most popular coin collections in the United States. The 1,942 Lincoln wheat penny is composed of 95% copper with the remaining 5% made up of tin and zinc. It weighs approximately 3.11 grams, measures 19.05 millimeters in diameter, and has a thickness of about 1.52 millimeters. These specifications remained standard until the temporary switch to zinc-coated steel cents in 1943 due to wartime copper conservation. Because of this, the 1,942 bronze cent is often seen as one of the final traditional bronze Lincoln cents before that historic wartime change. The obverse features Victor David Brenner's famous portrait of Abraham Lincoln, first introduced in 1909. Lincoln's calm expression, detailed hair, and strong profile have made this one of the most recognizable coin designs in American history. On the reverse, two wheat ears frame the inscriptions 1 cent and United States of America, creating the classic wheat penny design that collectors continue to admire decades after production ended in 1958. An almost circulated example with fine-to-good details often displays honest wear across Lincoln's portrait. The highest points of the design become smooth from years of circulation, while scratches and contact marks reveal the coin's long journey through everyday commerce. Green toning may appear as copper reacts naturally with its environment over many decades. A small area of remaining red color on the reverse can add visual interest because original mint color is usually the first characteristic to disappear as copper ages. Collectors generally appreciate naturally toned coins more than examples that have been polished or artificially cleaned. When examining a 1942 wheat penny, experienced collectors carefully inspect the lettering, the date, Lincoln's hair, and the wheat ears for unusual characteristics. Strong strikes, sharp details, and original surfaces increase collector appeal. They also search for mint errors such as doubled dies, die cracks, off-center strikes, clipped planchets, or other unusual production mistakes. These varieties are significantly scarcer than ordinary coins and often generate much stronger interest among collectors. Although millions of 1942 Lincoln wheat pennies remain today, exceptional examples are surprisingly difficult to locate. High-grade coins with minimal wear and beautiful original surfaces become increasingly scarce as grades improve. Certified mint state examples with outstanding eye appeal often attract competitive bidding. Major mint errors are even rarer and can become the highlights of advanced Lincoln cent collections. Collector demand for wheat pennies remains consistently strong because the series combines history, affordability, and the excitement of searching for overlooked treasures. Many collectors build complete sets covering every date and mint mark, while others focus exclusively on unusual toning, rare die varieties, or dramatic mint errors. This steady demand encourages people to examine old coin jars, inherited collections, and forgotten boxes that may still contain collectible pieces. Stories continue to appear about valuable wheat pennies discovered inside old piggy banks, family estates, or pocket change that had been ignored for decades. Most old pennies are worth only modest premiums over face value, but every experienced collector knows that a rare variety can easily hide among ordinary-looking coins. That possibility is one reason the Lincoln Wheat series remains one of the most exciting areas of coin collecting. Some internet sources mention values approaching $143,000 for certain 1942 Lincoln Wheat pennies. Such prices would generally apply only to extraordinary coins featuring major mint errors, elite certified grades, or other exceptionally rare characteristics. A standard circulated example with ordinary wear would normally be worth far less. Proper authentication and professional grading are essential before assigning any unusually high value to a coin. If you own a 1942 Lincoln Wheat penny, avoid cleaning or polishing it, as doing so can permanently reduce its collector appeal. Hold the coin only by its edges and store it in a protective holder to preserve its condition. Careful examination using good lighting and magnification may reveal unusual details that deserve further study by a professional. The greatest excitement surrounding the 1942 Lincoln Wheat penny comes from the possibility that an ordinary-looking coin could hide something extraordinary. Millions of people have unknowingly spent old wheat pennies without ever realizing that certain rare varieties and exceptional examples have become highly desirable collectibles. Before tossing an old penny into a change jar or spending it at a store, take a closer look. A single overlooked detail could transform an everyday coin into a remarkable piece of American numismatic history and a hidden treasure sought by collectors around the world. Next up, the 1945 Lincoln Wheat penny without a mint mark is a remarkable reminder of one of the most important years in American history. Struck at the Philadelphia Mint during the final year of World War II, this small bronze coin witnessed a period of enormous change. It circulated through cities, farms, military communities, and local businesses as Americans celebrated the approaching end of the war and looked toward a brighter future. Every surviving 1945 wheat penny carries a unique story, and even an almost circulated example with visible scratches, circulation lines, small dark spots, green toning, and natural dark brown surfaces represents a genuine piece of that history. Because there is no mint mark below the date, this coin was produced at the Philadelphia Mint. During 1945, Philadelphia struck hundreds of millions of Lincoln cents to meet the country's demand for circulating coinage. Although large numbers were produced, many examples have been heavily worn, damaged, cleaned, or lost over the decades. Collectors continue searching for attractive original coins because well-preserved pieces become increasingly difficult to find as time passes. The 1945 Lincoln Wheat Penny is made from 95% copper with the remaining 5% consisting of tin and zinc. It weighs approximately 3.11 grams, has a diameter of 19.05 millimeters, and measures about 1.52 millimeters in thickness. These specifications returned after the temporary steel cent experiment of 1943, making the bronze 1945 cent part of the classic Lincoln Wheat Penny series that collectors have admired for generations. The obverse displays Victor David Brenner's famous portrait of Abraham Lincoln, one of the most recognizable images on any United States coin. Lincoln's profile has appeared on the 1-cent coin since 1909, honoring the nation's 16th president. On the reverse, 2 wheat stalks surround the inscriptions 1 cent and United States of America, creating the iconic wheat penny design that remained in use until 1958. This timeless design continues to attract both beginner and advanced collectors. An almost circulated example in very fine condition often shows moderate wear on Lincoln's hair, cheek, and coat, while still retaining much of the original design detail. Circulation scratches and fine lines reveal decades of everyday use. Small dark spots and green toning naturally develop as copper reacts with air and moisture over many years. A rich dark brown color is common on original copper coins of this age and is generally preferred over surfaces that have been polished or artificially brightened. Experienced collectors value originality because it reflects the coin's true history. When evaluating a 1945 wheat penny, collectors carefully inspect the strike quality and the remaining details in Lincoln's portrait and the wheat ears. They also search for unusual characteristics such as doubled dies, die cracks, off-center strikes, clipped planchets, or other mint errors. These varieties are much scarcer than ordinary examples and often become highly desirable additions to specialized collections. Although the 1945 Philadelphia issue is not rare by mintage alone, exceptional examples are considerably harder to locate. Coins that retain sharp detail, original surfaces, and attractive eye appeal command stronger interest than heavily worn or cleaned pieces. Certified mint state examples with outstanding preservation are especially popular among advanced collectors, while significant mint errors can generate considerable excitement at auctions. The Lincoln Wheat Penny series has remained one of the most widely collected coin series in the United States for decades. Many hobbyists attempt to assemble complete date and mint collections, while others specialize in toned copper coins, die varieties, or dramatic minting errors. Because of this continuing popularity, even common date wheat pennies receive careful attention whenever they appear in estate collections, old coin jars, or inherited family albums. Remarkable discoveries still occur today. Collectors occasionally uncover valuable wheat pennies hidden inside forgotten piggy banks, antique furniture, family collections, or rolls of old coins obtained from banks. While most circulated examples have modest values, every experienced numismatist understands that an unusual variety or exceptional condition can transform an ordinary-looking coin into an important collectible. Some websites and social media posts suggest values approaching $139,000 for a 1945 Lincoln Wheat Penny. In reality, such extraordinary prices would generally apply only to coins with major mint errors, elite certified grades, or exceptionally rare characteristics. A normal circulated example with honest wear would typically be worth far less. Proper authentication and professional grading are essential before assigning any unusually high value to a coin. If you discover a 1945 Lincoln Wheat Penny, never clean or polish it. Cleaning permanently alters the original surfaces and often reduces collector demand. Handle the coin only by its edges and store it inside a protective holder to preserve its condition. Examine it carefully under good lighting for unusual features that may justify expert evaluation. The greatest appeal of the 1945 Lincoln wheat penny lies in the possibility that an overlooked coin may still hide an important story, or even an unexpected rarity. Countless wheat pennies have been accidentally spent or discarded because people assumed they were ordinary pocket change. Before passing along an old penny, take a closer look. A seemingly common one. 1945 Lincoln wheat penny could preserve a remarkable piece of American history, and in exceptional cases, it could become a treasured collectible that every serious coin enthusiast dreams of finding. Next up, the 1946D Lincoln wheat penny marks the beginning of a new era in American history. Struck at the Denver Mint shortly after the end of World War II, this 1-cent coin entered circulation during a time of rebuilding, economic growth, and renewed optimism across the United States. Millions of Americans used coins like this every day without realizing that decades later, they would become prized collectibles. Today, discovering a 1946D Lincoln wheat penny in almost circulated very fine condition, showing honest circulation scratches, fine contact lines, a small black spot on Abraham Lincoln's portrait, green toning, and dark brown original surfaces, is like holding a genuine piece of post-war American history. The small D mint mark located beneath the date identifies this coin as having been struck at the Denver Mint. During 1946, Denver produced hundreds of millions of Lincoln cents to meet the nation's growing demand for circulating coinage. Although many examples survive today, finding one with attractive original surfaces and minimal damage becomes increasingly difficult as the years pass. Coins that have escaped heavy wear or harsh cleaning are especially appreciated by collectors. Like other bronze Lincoln wheat pennies of the period, the 1946D is composed of 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc. It weighs approximately 3.11 grams, measures 19.05 millimeters in diameter, and has a thickness of approximately 1.52 millimeters. These familiar specifications make it one of the classic bronze cents produced before later composition changes in the United States 1-cent series. The obverse features Victor David Brenner's famous portrait of Abraham Lincoln, introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. The reverse displays two graceful wheat ears surrounding the inscriptions 1 cent and United States of America. This classic wheat penny design remained in production until 1958 and continues to be one of the most beloved designs in American coin collecting. An almost circulated example in very fine condition still retains noticeable design details despite years of circulation. Lincoln's hair, coat, and facial features remain visible, although moderate wear appears on the highest points. The small black spot on the portrait, together with green toning and dark brown color, reflects the natural aging process of copper. These characteristics often develop over many decades as the metal reacts with air and moisture. Collectors generally prefer coins with original surfaces because they preserve the coin's authentic appearance. Harsh cleaning or polishing usually lowers collector demand. When examining a 1946D Lincoln wheat penny, experienced collectors pay close attention to the strike quality and the condition of both the obverse and reverse. Strong lettering, well-defined wheat ears, and sharp details increase collector appeal. They also carefully inspect the coin for unusual mint errors such as doubled dies, repunched mint marks, die cracks, off-center strikes, clipped planchets, and other production abnormalities. Genuine error coins are much scarcer than ordinary examples and often become highly sought-after collectibles. Although the 1946D issue is common by mintage, exceptional examples are significantly more difficult to locate. Coins certified in top mint state grades with beautiful original color and outstanding eye appeal attract strong competition whenever they appear at major auctions. Likewise, dramatic mint errors or unusual varieties can command substantial premiums because serious collectors actively search for these scarce pieces. The popularity of the Lincoln wheat penny series has remained remarkably strong for generations. Many collectors attempt to complete full date and mint collections, while others specialize in rare varieties, toned copper coins, or high-grade certified examples. Because demand remains steady, old wheat pennies continue to receive careful attention whenever they are discovered in inherited collections, bankrolls, estate sales, or forgotten coin jars. Remarkable discoveries still happen today. People occasionally uncover valuable Lincoln wheat pennies hidden inside old family albums, antique furniture, piggy banks, or boxes that have not been opened for decades. Most old pennies are worth only modest premiums, but experienced collectors understand that a single rare variety or extraordinary condition can transform an ordinary-looking coin into an important collectible. Some websites and online videos mention values approaching $200,000 for a 1946D Lincoln wheat penny. In reality, prices at that level would generally apply only to extraordinary examples with major mint errors, elite certified grades, or exceptionally rare characteristics. A normal circulated coin with honest wear would typically sell for much less. Professional authentication and grading are essential before assigning any unusually high market value to a coin. If you own a 1946D Lincoln wheat penny, avoid cleaning or polishing it under any circumstances. Even light cleaning can permanently damage the original surfaces and reduce collector interest. Hold the coin only by its edges, store it in a protective holder, and examine it carefully under proper lighting. Small details such as unusual doubling, striking errors, or exceptional preservation may justify expert evaluation. What makes the 1946D Lincoln wheat penny so exciting is not simply its age, but the possibility that an overlooked coin could hide something extraordinary. Millions of wheat pennies have disappeared into circulation, been spent without a second thought, or remained forgotten in old collections. Yet every year, collectors continue discovering remarkable examples that surprise the numismatic community. Before spending an old penny, take a careful look. A single unnoticed detail could turn an ordinary-looking 1946D Lincoln wheat penny into a treasured collectible with historical importance and exceptional collector appeal. Next up, the 1949 Lincoln wheat penny without a mint mark represents an important chapter in post-war American history. Struck at the Philadelphia Mint, this small bronze coin circulated during a period when the United States was experiencing rapid economic growth, expanding industries, and changing communities. Millions of Americans carried coins like this in their pockets every day, buying groceries, newspapers, bus tickets, and everyday necessities. More than 7 decades later, a surviving 1949 Lincoln wheat penny in almost circulated extremely fine condition, displaying natural circulation scratches, fine contact lines, attractive green toning, beautiful rainbow color, and original surfaces, has become a fascinating collectible that connects modern collectors with America's past. The missing mint marks beneath the date tells collectors that this coin was produced at the Philadelphia Mint. Unlike coins struck at Denver or San Francisco, Philadelphia Lincoln cents of this period carried no mint mark. Although hundreds of millions were produced, the passage of time has reduced the number of attractive original examples still available. Many have been worn smooth, cleaned improperly, or damaged through years of circulation, making well-preserved pieces increasingly desirable. The 1949 Lincoln wheat penny is composed of 95% copper, with the remaining 5% tin and zinc. It weighs approximately 3.11 grams, has a diameter of 19.05 millimeters, and a thickness of about 1.52 millimeters. These familiar specifications define the classic bronze wheat penny series that remains one of the most popular areas of American coin collecting. Despite its tiny size, this coin has become one of the most recognizable pieces ever produced by the United States Mint. The obverse features Victor David Brenner's famous portrait of Abraham Lincoln, first introduced in 1909 to honor the centennial of Lincoln's birth. His dignified profile has appeared on the American 1-cent coin for more than a century. The reverse displays 2 graceful wheat ears surrounding the inscriptions 1 cent and United States of America, creating the timeless wheat penny design that remained in circulation until it was replaced by the Lincoln Memorial reverse in 1959. An almost circulated example in extremely fine condition still preserves much of its original detail. Lincoln's hair, beard, bow tie, and coat remain well-defined, while only light wear appears on the highest points of the design. Fine circulation scratches and contact marks tell the story of years spent in everyday commerce without overwhelming the coin's appearance. The attractive green toning and subtle rainbow colors developed naturally over decades as the copper surface reacted to its environment. Collectors often appreciate original colorful toning because each coin develops its own unique appearance. Naturally, toned coins are generally more desirable than pieces that have been polished or chemically cleaned. When evaluating a 1949 Lincoln wheat penny, experienced collectors inspect every detail carefully. They study the sharpness of the strike, the clarity of the lettering, Lincoln's portrait, and the wheat ears on the reverse. They also search for valuable mint errors such as doubled dies, die cracks, off-center strikes, clipped planchets, laminations, and other unusual production characteristics. These rare varieties attract strong interest because they are much scarcer than ordinary circulation strikes. Although the 1949 Philadelphia issue is considered a common date by mintage, exceptional examples remain surprisingly difficult to locate. Coins with outstanding original color, strong strikes, minimal marks, and high certified mint state grades become increasingly rare. These superior specimens often attract competitive bidding whenever they appear in major auctions. Major mint errors are even more difficult to find and are among the most desirable treasures in the Lincoln Wheat Penny series. The popularity of Lincoln Wheat Pennies continues to grow because they combine affordability, history, and the excitement of discovering overlooked rarities. Many collectors spend years assembling complete collections by date and mint mark, while others focus on beautifully toned examples or dramatic minting errors. This constant collector demand encourages people to examine every old wheat penny before spending it. Remarkable discoveries still happen today. Valuable Lincoln wheat pennies have been found in inherited collections, forgotten jars of loose change, estate sales, antique boxes, and even ordinary bank coin rolls. While most circulated wheat pennies have relatively modest values, experienced collectors understand that a single rare variety or exceptionally preserved example can become a remarkable find. Some online articles and videos mention values approaching $169,000 for certain 1949 Lincoln wheat pennies. Such extraordinary prices would generally apply only to exceptional coins with major mint errors, elite certified grades, or other highly unusual characteristics. A standard circulated coin with ordinary wear would typically be worth much less. Before assigning any significant value, the coin should be authenticated and professionally graded by a respected third-party grading service. If you own a 1949 Lincoln wheat penny, resist the temptation to clean or polish it. Cleaning permanently changes the original surfaces and often reduces collector appeal. Hold the coin only by its edges, store it inside a protective holder, and inspect it carefully using proper lighting and magnification. Small details that appear insignificant could reveal an important variety deserving professional evaluation. The greatest excitement surrounding the 1949 Lincoln wheat penny lies in the possibility that an ordinary-looking coin may hide an extraordinary story. Every year, collectors discover overlooked wheat pennies with exceptional preservation, beautiful natural toning, or rare minting errors that transform them into highly sought-after collectibles. Millions of people have unknowingly spent old pennies without ever realizing what they held. Before dropping a 1949 wheat penny into a cash register or change jar, take a closer look. That small bronze coin could preserve a remarkable piece of American history and, in exceptional cases, become a hidden treasure treasured by collectors for generations. Thanks for watching Worth Old Coins. Like, subscribe, and keep checking your pocket change. You might be holding the next hidden treasure. See you in the next one.